Right, I won't mess up the intro this time. Was it me that messed it up, or were we on the wrong camera shot? All right, I was like, wow, I thought
it was you.
All right,
you're good.
Thank you. In the red, we have I'm feeling so
TSL alive.
Yes, I'm feeling so TSL alive.
It's better than regular live.
Yeah,
it's better than a live Foyu. That's for sure.
Yeah, oh, that's a good point. You know, I forgot there was a second live.
Well, that's actually him.
Yeah. I actually forgot that.
I see.
Oh, look out. Thank you for saving me, girl at the pool.
She says, no problem, Tasteless. She says to give you her number. I'm not going to do that, though. I forgot it. I'm sorry.
Forgot it.
I wrote it in my hand, but then I went in the pool.
Thank you, Pepsi and G-Skill.
All right, so we have gas first for Alive. Not surprised, as I was saying earlier, I expect to see some sort of Banshee play out of him. It's kind of his style. Optimus, on the other hand, much more standard opener. What will we see out of him here? I would love to see 2 barracks play. I love to watch that against Banshee and the funness that it entails.
This is a map where it's really easy to cut off specific areas by air or by land. So you got to be careful to keep an eye on that when that happens. Certain points of access can be just completely denied, especially now that Siege Tank play is picking up here.
Well, we have the scout coming in from Optimus. Same time, Alive scouting his base. Looks around, see if there's anything fishy. There's not really.
Sees there's only 1 gas so far.
Very important to see. Live making his fact and getting attacked by the Optimus SCD.
All right, so both taking out their SCVs at the same time. So far, there's still a lot of options. Obviously, we can sort of whittle some of this down to their personalities and when they play, but there's still a lot of options. If it was any Terran against any Terran, a lot would still occur.
Yeah. So, well, not a whole ton going on here. I'm more excited to see what Optimus's opener is going to be here. He's getting a reactor, he's getting a factory. Could be a Hellion opener. Let's see how he has these timed. Yeah, he has them timed pretty closely. Reactor's going to be a little bit later, so it could just be a Tekken straight up to a Banshee without cloak.
Yeah.
It's a pretty safe opening. You know, you get the Banshee harass, but you also can get a Viking out very, very quickly. But no, it is in fact going to be Hellions. Nice.
Blue Flame Hellions.
Ooh. Blue Flame Hellions against Red Flame Hellions. There'll be twice as many Red Flame
I like the color red a little bit better.
It's funny that the red player is going Blue Flame Hellions.
Oh my
and Blue
God.
player is going Red Flame Hellions. Yeah.
This is going to be interesting, Artosis. What does it mean?
Red with blue, blue with red. Where's the white? USA! Freedom! Eagle Burger! All right. A lot of Hellions being produced at the moment. A command center for Optimus. More longer-term potential with Alive's Blue Flame Hellions. But, as we see in the production tab, he throws up a starport. There it is. Instead of a command center. So, once again, staying heavily on just 1 base.
Investing in the early game here.
Yeah, he loves
via
that
aggression
style.
and not investing in economically. But that is a lot of Hellions.
Well, Blue Flame is about to finish Tasteless, and with all the Hellions going somewhere else, is he making more? No, he's not.
He's now he's going to see this and be like, wait a minute.
Yeah, yes,
but it might be too late. Oh.
3 Blue Flame Hellions. A lot of this will come into positioning. And here he comes from behind. Optimus. How much damage can he do here?
Oh, man. He just goes right by.
He's got to be very careful
Going for SCVs. SCVs retreating, but this angle not favorable for them. And look at this.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
Alive just roasting SCVs.
Oh, my God.
Man, oh, my God.
Oh,
11
why?
to 22. Alive way ahead at the moment.
And both multiples of 11.
Oh, my God. I'm normally the one that does those math tricks, Tasteless.
We're doing Bible code here. What does it mean? All right, we have more and more Hellions coming out here. And actually, the Viking out here, he's in he's in good shape.
Oh, he's got a wall in as well.
Yeah.
Blue Flame Hellions popping out. He can do a lot of damage to these red flames. Landing that Viking very, very smart. That's going to be quite fine.
You know what's going to be odd about this? We looked at the group stages, and what was Alive begging TSL Killer Songho to not do was to pick him for this group. He said
Killer didn't want to pick him. Alive said,
that's right. Yeah, excuse me.
But Alive, no, I don't know. If he wins this, it's him versus Killer for the next spot.
which means only, it's bad.
What they didn't count on was Huck being such a badass, man.
I know.
Maybe
Huck showed up at the tournament wearing another nerd's face, running around with a chainsaw.
You're like, oh, look, it's MC. As he rips off his MC mask that he took at the Home Story Cup.
Not Mission Impossible style. Texas Chainsaw Massacre style.
Yes. Oh, yes. That's why there was a blood-curdling scream that I attempted to do.
Was that it when you went, Can you do it again?
No. My voice is actually a little bit raw from yesterday. I was so excited. Yelling too much.
I'm actually still a little bit sick from today. I've been having stomach pains.
I know, man.
I'm making little boo-boos here and there, if you notice in my casts.
That's all right.
I'm a little out of it.
I forgive you. And if I forgive you, everyone else has to, because I hold you to a higher standard than they do.
Actually, you do. I hold you to a higher standard, too. Even though you lost your passion years ago, Artosis, but it just became a job. All right. Well, the game is going on right now. There is clearly an advantage for our Red Terran Alive here. But, Optimus is a very crafty player.
The thing is, Optimus has that Sync Command Center. He's had it for a while. So a comeback is not out of the question. The Sync Command Center just finished for Alive. So Alive, he has to be on top of things. In fact, Optimus is almost caught up in SCVs. It's 30-31 already, even after being down at 11-22. Alive has actually been very bad about producing his SCVs, and it shows. And
it's funny. This is just group stages of Codes, but we actually have the player who's ranked #1 on the Korean ladder Alive, and that says a lot. Against Optimus Prime, the champion of our previous tournament, the GSL Super Tournament.
Yeah,
that's actually insane.
Oh,
don't do it.
Blue Flame Hellions not wanting any piece of that right now. One thing I would love to point out, Tasteless, is that Alive is going for mech play, whereas Optimus hasn't really decided yet. He's just chilling on a 1-1-1 configuration.
I don't know how full the Vikings are going to be in this situation.
Yeah, they aren't very useful against that.
What are they going to do? Land and attack?
Never.
Okay, I'm all right. I'm back.
That was cute, Tasteless.
Actually, what he could do is fly to the back of Optimus's base and attack there and keep him inside of his base.
Well, that's a good point.
I mean, they're not going to be helpful in an attack, generally speaking.
Well, Optimus is choosing to put up 2 more barracks, Tasteless, and that's very telling. 2 more barracks means no mech play, and it's going to be mech play against non-mech play. Yeah.
Textbook versus mech. Textbook versus mech book.
But you know what? Mech books, unlike Mac books, are taking over the world.
Yeah.
Because eventually this matchup should be mostly mech. Right now in TSL,
I don't know.
GSL,
I think on a map like this, I think mech would be better, but I think on some of these bigger maps, I don't know if I'm entirely convinced, but yeah.
I am.
That's fine.
I was entirely convinced of the beta when people were telling me tanks were terrible. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure.
That's because the Marauder was in the game. I'm like, I don't know, man. That's the thing you get before the tank.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
And that kills the tank.
Well, this drop not going to do anything. In fact, going to lose it for anything.
Oh my God. Nice save there by Optimus Prime.
Yeah, very nice. In fact, he's ahead by 10 supply at the moment.
Dude.
Well, let's not forget he's producing out of barracks.
This is somewhat of a difference between what we see with players who play more on the ladder, a.k.a. Alive, and, Optimus obviously plays a lot on the ladder, but perhaps before this a little bit more private games, one-on-one.
Yeah.
Not as competitive. Well, I shouldn't say not as competitive on the ladder, obviously, but, still
different.
More specific to certain player types.
Well, we have Optimus moving out with a few more units. A lot of Hellions being produced. That'll give him some sort of map maneuverability. But he's got to be careful because Optimus is actually setting up a nice light contain right now. I mean, this is not a contain that's going to keep Alive completely in his base, but he's doing a good job of it. It's going to keep him somewhat occupied.
All right.
And wow, he's actually going to go for a lot of Hellions. That's 2 reactor starports. Actually, that second one might be to switch with the...
You mean a lot of...
I mean, 2 reactor factories,
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I think it's going to switch with that Banshee-making starport in a moment, though, and switch it up. He is making a few Banshees here to help micro against that. Stim is not done, so...
I think Banshee is a unit that's always good to go for if you're in somewhat of a contained position. As long as you can have enough Vikings to hold it.
Well, the thing is, they outrange Marines, so it's actually becomes very annoying, especially if you have more Vikings already, which a mech player always does.
Also, especially if there's a very tiny no man's land between the 2 siege tank setups.
Yes.
Note that Optimus does not have his entire army up there. He has some back at home to be ready for drops while he gets his 3rd base.
Good 3rd base timing. If you're going to go for a Marine Marauder, you have to keep up on making command centers, taking those extra bases, because you're not going to be as cost efficient as someone who goes pure tanks. Now, we do have the 3rd command center going up by Alive as well. Looks like he's positioning it to float over there, but there is a Hellion. Well, that's his Hellion, so I guess it's okay. Watching the area, making sure it's safe.
Well, I think Alive is going to be kicking himself if he loses this game. And it looks like he already is, positionally and unit-wise. But maybe he can break it with his contain. Or push. Break the contain with his push.
Well, a lot of it is going to come down to these Banshees.
Nice force stim.
And almost loses the Banshee. Does not want to lose that Banshee. Does have Cloak, by the way. Really cannot lose that Banshee, though.
Now, here
look
come
at
the
that.
Vikings of
Optimus with a lot of Vikings out of nowhere. Very good play by Optimus there. Alive right now is not going to be happy with where he's sitting. You do not want to be behind on Vikings against this. That's actually how you move your tank line forward more and more.
All right, we have a little escape over here with the Hellions. He wants to get some of the army at the contain to relocate. However, last time we checked, Optimus already had defense elsewhere, as you can see here.
2 Marauders will easily dispel those Hellions. Yeah, right. And Alive is actually he's in some rough shape, Tasteless. We do have a Banshee Harass behind the natural of Optimus. 5 kills right now.
All right, splitting up the Vikings here. I love this beautiful spread that Optimus has.
Yeah, he has
he's got the right amount everywhere. I mean, let's say Alive does break the contain. It's kind of like, that's fine. Yeah, it's not like he had a ton of units there. You know, it's not like, Eddie kept all of his units there. The counterattack would have worked.
Well, he's got quite a fearsome army still. 174 supply to 182. He's just now taking his 3rd, but that's okay because, he's going for mech, which is a great unit composition. The thing is, he's down 9 Vikings to 13. That's kind of a big deal. 24 Marauders right now for Optimus. It's quite impressive. What army he
it's
has.
actually kind of scary, Artosis.
That is a lot of Blue Flame Hellions, Tasteless. Optimus's army kind of out of position to deal with this right now, but
I don't know if Alive should be attacking these Marauders if he really wanted to get in there and kill some workers and do some catch-up.
Well,
but I don't know. I guess it's a different way to approach this. They are dead even supply, 182 to 182.
This army easily can take out those Hellions, so he's going to want to run against this. Easily can take it out. But they are fast, Tasteless, and they are running.
Oh, I think this might be a bad idea. I mean, he does know about this. Will he have defense up here, though?
Well,
the Vikings are like, leave it to us. No, man, you guys are Vikings.
And he does have 3 at the 3rd base as well,
That's a
Tasteless.
fat Viking.
He has split these up everywhere.
Can we get a shot of the other bases and expansions, please? All right, we don't actually know how much. Can you do a unit count, please?
Yeah, he's actually destroyed the economy of Optimus. Optimus at 29 SCVs now gets to 72 of Alive.
Dude, look at Alive.
Alive has a lot of SCVs, but Optimus right now, he has a ton of minerals still.
What is the animal you can't corner? It's like dangerous when it's cornered.
A mother anything?
No, but it's like, I thought there was another animal.
A Wolverine?
Oh yeah, I think it's a Wolverine. Wolverine Terran over here.
And wait a minute, we have a Viking battle, a big one possibly coming up.
SCV Centipede.
The SCV Centipede Tasteless. But there are a lot of Vikings there. This is actually very bad for the person who loses it. I'm trying to count these.
It's actually a little bit tough.
It's actually
It's
very
fairly
even.
Optimus not sure. He says, wait a minute, I lost all my SCVs. I can't afford to keep remaking all these Vikings. And he might have been having a hard time trying to figure out who's going to win that as well. Scanning, backs off with seeing the turret.
And alive right now. Well, more Vikings coming up for Optimus. Gonna go ahead and try to remove more of these for alive. He's got to be careful though. He's losing so many Vikings. Very, very sloppy play there. The 3 Marines doing their best to help, but Optimus getting way ahead there.
Oh, Marauders are going to win here.
Yeah, this was terribly sloppy by Alive. And that's actually losing too many siege tanks.
Yeah, that takes all game to remake.
Yeah, now Alive is down to 12 siege tanks. He was up near 20 before that. Wow, that was a huge, huge blunder by Alive. I can't actually believe he let those get caught out there like that. That's like the one thing you can't do with mech.
Yeah, I mean, that's... Well, the siege tank is such a valuable unit because, as I said before, you spend the entire game making them. So when you lose, let's say, 7 of them like that, well, then you're behind for the rest of that.
Yeah. Well, a lot of Vikings and battle cruisers on the way for Polt. He is actually making battle cruisers, despite having only 38 SCVs. He doesn't care. He's like, that's fine. He's taking the gold base right now, too. So really trying to get his economy back online. Still has that light contain going on.
Okay, well, the big issue for now is, the big SCV count difference. Polt is being pretty crafty when he gets put behind, but he got put behind again.
Well, one thing we do have to take into consideration also, right now is when everything's kind of getting mined out. The mains are gone, the naturals are almost gone, and as that ends up, all these extra SCVs are actually worthless. So, really, Alive has to be careful about that right now. We have 15 Vikings for Optimus, 4. Count them, 4 for Alive. And that's not going to help him out very much against someone going Battlecruiser. In fact, the Battlecruisers are moving tasteless. I think Polt might just roll Alive over here because Alive does not have sufficient anti-air.
He's Optimus Prime. Now we got, there's a scan here. He sees the Thors. You think that was Battlecruiser too early?
I would show him right now. I think this is actually good timing.
You think so?
He's so ahead on Vikings that he can just go in and kill everything. And look at that. Siege tank starting to get taken out. Moves his Vikings up. What do you do against that? The Vikings...
Even using the Vikings to tank some damage here. Now he needs to use these Vikings over here to take out those ones.
Using the Thor right now to hurt Optimus's Vikings. Not enough, though.
This is why we saw Battlecruisers in StarCraft 1. Similar scenario. Okay, that might be the end here. Despite the great harassment there from Alive, the decision-making from Optimus Prime was better. GG.
G&D tasteless. So, Alive will be going to the up and down matches. Meanwhile, Optimus must fight against Megatron. Coming up here in a moment.
Alive, you could see why he's #1 on the ladder, but it seems like against the more technical player.
Here's actually an interesting little tidbit for people out there that aren't seasoned RTS veterans. Ladder play and tournament play are completely different.
Oh, yeah.
You can just do builds like Alive does, like very aggressive builds over and over in the ladder, and those are the builds that are actually going to get you the highest because the games end quicker.
They're more consistent against a wider range of players.
Yes.
But you guys play against Huck, you play against Polt.
You actually need special play.
That's actually why, I know we joke about ladder point jokes, but different styles lead to different point results on the ladder. And also...
Rush builds are the most effective because you play the most games. I
actually usually had a 60-40 to 50-50 win record with someone I got higher on ladder. Or even like White Raw, he was like 60-40, 55-45 with record as well. But it's even different play styles reward different things. Sometimes you'd see players who are actually like their wins and losses on the ladder at that point in time would be like 55-3, and they show up to a tournament like lose, in the round of 32 or the round of 16.
Yeah, that is the way it is.
Because it's different strategy openers. Some more psychologically based, some more consistently based. So Alive, the #1 ranked player on the Korean server, is out.
Well, up and down matches, Stasis. We'll see if he can come back into Code S. Now it is time for a little break.
All right, guys. Time for number 1, no number 2s. We'll be right back here at the GSL.